Good evening, mommies, daddies, little ones, teachers, friends, other nannies, etc., etc., etc. This is Dawn, aka the Interactive Nanny, coming to you here live from Interactive Nanny's World, where love and play are interactive. We're coming to you today. Hadn't been on for a while, but I sort of want to jump back in and sort of get reacclimated into doing the podcast. So I'm here with another topic for today, and we're talking about defeating depression in our children, in our little ones. In today's time, we're dealing with a lot. As being adults, we have a lot on our plate. We're being parents. We're out in our workplaces, in our career fields. We're trying to be so much to so many people, but just think about our children. Our children have a lot on their plate too. And some of us as adults we may think, well, they're just children now. They don't have nothing to worry about. They don't have to deal with nothing. But in actuality, our children deal with way more than what we really realize as parents, as adults, as teachers, or what have you. There are things that are going on in the lives of our children today that we have no clue. We don't ask questions. We just assume, oh, they all right, they good, they got everything they want. You think of a game system or the latest shoes or, makeup or whatever the case may be, taking them on a fun little outing or whatnot before the pandemic hit, or, whatever the case may be. Material stuff does not mean that they're okay, because they're not. They're dealing with they're dealing with peer pressure. They're dealing with their own fears and worries and concerns about the world that we're living in today. Losing loved ones. They deal with grief. They may not say anything, and they may not express it, but our children deal with all of these things. And depression and anxieties and all this stuff, it sets in. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, defeating depression. We've done the podcast before as far as dealing with it, but we can defeat depression, and it's very important in the lives of our little ones because it affects them. And they sometimes they don't know how to deal. So us as adults, we have to be there. We have to guide them through. We have to be that sounding board. We have to protect them and love them, listen to them, and just sort of be that roadmap so that they can defeat it. And in turn, them defeating their depression could be a case of, well, we're defeating ours as well, and we don't even, sometimes people don't realize they're depressed or they're dealing with anxieties and all of this stuff until they're faced with somebody that may be in the same situation, and it's sort of like a mirroring effect. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. In today's world, depression, like I just said, has become way more prevalent than in past times. There's so many different people from different walks of life that are living and dealing with depression on a day-to-day basis. You honestly be surprised that some of the people that you think are the strongest are actually the people that are dealing with the most depression, the most anxieties or whatnot, and they're just sort of getting through to get through. The people that are always there for everybody else may actually be dealing with some of the same, if not worse, things that we're dealing with. You're leaning on somebody that may need to have somebody to lean on themselves, and they're just so busy trying to be strong for everybody else that they feel like they don't have anybody to be that set of strong shoulders for them, and they're sinking deeper and deeper into their depression as they're in turn being there helping somebody else, hold up the road in their own. There are many different signs and characteristics of depression, such as sleeplessness, whether it's constantly sleeping or just not getting sleep at all, overeating, or loss of appetite, mood swings that can go from 1 minute you alright, everything good, I'm alright, to the next minute you just in the throes of tears and negativity and hurt and pain. Just constant crying. There's avoidance. People feel like if I avoid the issue, it's not there. That's not true. Just because you avoid it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's there. You just making a choice for whatever reason, whether it be because of survival or because you just don't want to face it. But you're making you're making a choice that I'm not going to deal with this right now. But that doesn't make it go away. Faking or feigning happiness. I'm everything's fine in my world. It's not. Expressive busyness. You're sort of trying to stay busy just so you don't have to think about it. Think about what's going on. These are just a few of the characteristics or a few symptoms of depression and dealing with it. And we can, just like we see these in adults, we can also see some of these characteristics in children as well. But what if you have a child of any age dealing with depression? What then? Are there more signs, and can they express it? And some children that know how to that have a good communication process, they can say it, or they can, whether it be writing, they can just come to you and say it, or however the case may be. But there are a lot of children that don't have the means to express themselves, and so they just hold it in. In children, there can be other signs, such as acting out in class. They may act one way at home, but in school it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type situation. Their school work is affected, their relationships are affected, their relationships with peers, teachers, etc. Teammates, if they're involved in extracurricular activities, those can be affected. The home life will be affected eventually, among other things, and they may not understand what's happening with them. They don't understand their emotions. They don't understand why things are changing. They don't understand why they can't express what's going on, or they don't understand why they just don't understand. But this is the situation. Even if they don't understand, they may not. Even if they do understand, they may not be able or want to explain what's going on or how they feel. So what can we do as adults, as parents, as teachers, as counselors, grandparents, etc.? We can be there. We can be watchful. We can try to encourage without nagging or being too pushy. And when they open up, we can listen, we can love, we can look into therapy or counseling. We can be present and accounted for. We can hold hands. We can give safe spaces when they need it, and just be the sounding board that they need, so that they can feel safe enough to take the next positive step, so that they can heal. They can come out of it on the other side, and they can realize that it's okay not to be okay, because it is okay not to be okay. So these are just, some as well as some suggestions for positive reinforcement, positive help, in order, this isn't just for children. This can work for us as adults as well. So just know that there is a way, there is help. But anyway, so this is just sort of what I wanted to get into today for today's episode. But this is Dawn, aka Interactive Nanny, coming to you from Interactive Nanny's World, where love and play are interactive. And I will be back on next week. I'll be back on next week. So Please listen, like, subscribe, share, and I hope to, well, no, it's not I hope, I will be on with you guys again next week. Until then, have fun, enjoy the podcast, and talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.